Hello, Rob.
Hello, Lee. Right.
Monday, yeah. Nicer morning, but it's not morning. It's nearly 4 o'clock. That's because obviously still got Skye volunteering for us, so we waited until Skye started before we do our stand-up, just so I can keep them involved with that sort of process. What have you done today and what are you doing this week, Rob?
So for me, basically this week I'm going to be trying to get as many puzzles in Blue Mountain as I can. Yeah, that's basically it, right? Because that's the biggest thing that we're missing in the game right now. So I'm just going to try and get as many done as possible. Lots of 3D modelling will be involved in that. There's probably going to be some hexceed stuff. We know there will be, right, with Switch and all that. But yeah, that's basically going to be it for me. What are you doing?
Yeah, so the Landmarks book got approved by Steam over the weekend, so I'm going to make the announcements post for that probably tomorrow, just to get them out and get that advertised. We have Skye doing the testing for the levels. I'm still going to be going through, trying to see if there's any issues with the artwork. Other than that, we'll be back on the hexceed straight away. We want to get some levels finished for the screenshots for the Switch there, to get that sent off, because still a few store pages need doing. And other than that, I guess just making a start on the next DLC, because now we're ahead of schedule. Let's keep beating the schedule, I guess. Get some more levels done.
Yeah, so suddenly went from we're working on a DLC 1 day away from release to now we're a month ahead of schedule. What?
Okay, so I've had a bit of a busy morning, so I started off by the day. The update that I put up live on Friday for the new DLC contained we basically gave people access to all of the upcoming DLCs when I wasn't supposed to. We were just doing that for Switch, so we could get them approved for lot check. But yeah, quickly sent out a little patch to fix that. We also got a new Patreon as well, so I was updating the Patreon lists in the credits for hexceed and Current Pixels, so I did build for those as well. Other than that, I've just been working on Blue Mountain. So I spent a little bit of time trying to get this little snapping glitch to fix. I just think I've come to a conclusion that it's not that big of a deal. I'm not happy with it 100%, but I have done a couple of little things to make it slightly better. So if you keep spinning the same rotation, it doesn't happen, but if you then switch, a little snap happens. But yeah, I think it'll be alright. It won't be there for most of the cubes. It's just going to be these pentagon based ones, I think, maybe the triangle ones. But I've also spent some time looking at all the different cubes that we actually want to put in this game. So I've been on like various wikis and all sorts of stuff trying to find like the actual names for all of these, because I've been naming them wrong. So things like the Void Cube, I think I've called it Hollow Cube instead when its actual name is Void. And a lot of the cubes that we just got lying around, like these two, we actually know the names of those now. It's Ivy Cube and Skube. So yeah, it's just trying to get all my terminology right, really. I think we'll get this is the group that we're going to try for. So there's 22 cubes here. Most of them I think could be fairly simple, like these ones at the top will be easy to make. I could do that really easy. But then it gets a bit more difficult with these mirror cubes, the ones which go a bit funny with all the different angles. They're going to be a bit difficult, and a couple of the shapes for like this oval, this Ivy Cube and stuff might be a bit difficult, but generally I think it'll be okay. It's just going to be a matter of setting them all up with all the configurations and getting 3D models for them all, mainly. So yeah, I think this is basically what I'm going to be trying to do this week, try and get as many of these in as possible.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so you've got the have you launched Current Pixels, Jeff, the book?
I'll check right now. Yes, I do.
That's great. I'll launch it as well, just so I can sort of go along with you. Really straightforward, as I've said. If you do encounter any problems in the images, if you spot anything that you're correcting, let me know. And as I said, I can send you the actual PNGs if you want to correct it as well, or you can just mark out what's wrong.
So is the main focus for this one just like finding like inconsistent pixels or something?
Exactly, yeah. Just one last thing you need to look for as well is look here for the square count for the colours. Number 16 only has 37. That's fine. Don't know where these are, but it's worth looking out for any that are too low. What is this actually? So that might be an example of something to change, because this tiny section of blue arguably isn't adding anything to the image. I mean, if we pull up the actual PNG. Okay, I think it's mainly water, so that might be alright actually. Because these are on islands.
Adds a little extra background detail.
Yeah, so that's fine. But if you say any that are really low tile count, especially if it's 10 or less, we want to get that changed. Just because obviously you've got the settings to show the last 5 of a colour. Yeah, so let's just go through all the images.
Okay, can do.
Yeah, just let me know you're gone. I'll send you all the PNGs as well, just so you've got them as reference.
Okay.
Yeah, should be alright. Let us know if you need any help with that.
Yeah, will do.
Okay, so basically what I've been doing for the afternoon is just going through this list of all the different cubes and just seeing which ones I can actually make right now. So I think that's about 9 of them. Yeah, so you got this top row of basic cubes. You got this domino cube, this tall one, and then you got the Mega Mix as well. That's basically about it. So the rest of them will either need some sort of jiggery pokery to do with like the rotations, or they'll need like actual assets, like physical 3D assets making for them. But yeah, I'm glad that I've just narrowed that down, just got the easy ones out the way. So we've got 9 of them now. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly just wrap up, make sure everything's saved. I'm going to do a little bit of reshifting with the naming and stuff in the project folder as well. But yeah, other than that, I'm just going to commit and head home. Hopefully I'll be able to start off with some of these more complicated ones tomorrow. It's Tuesday! Yeah, so we just had stand-up as we usually do. I think for me, I'm going to be doing a lot of 3D modelling today, so what I'm going to try and do is get a couple more variations of this puzzle into the game. I thought since I've been working on that type of puzzle recently, I thought it sort of made sense that I would just try and get them all done in one go. So yeah, it's going to be a bit rough, lots of maths involved, but yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. What are you doing?
Yes, I'm going to get the Landmarks book announcements put out. Yeah, I suppose the page is live now, so I might as well get announcements out. About that, when Rob finishes watching the video, tomorrow's the video.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to make any edits and
reminding me.
upload it as well. And then once we're done with all those tasks, it'll just be a case of making some more levels on hexceed, because we need some for future DLCs, so we'll get some screenshots ready for the Switch store pages.
Yes, yeah, that'd be really handy. And yeah, Skye has been busy while we've been sleeping. They've tested 10 levels for the new Landmarks book, so there's a few changes that we should make to that as well, but yeah.
Very good.
Okay, so I just quickly gave the YouTube video a watch. Everything seems fine pretty much, there's 1 or 2 small things that Lee's going to change. But yeah, we also received 10 emails from Nintendo today. None of it really good news. So a couple of DLCs are supposed to be, the stop page was supposed to be releasing basically a day from now. But that's not going to happen for Korea by the looks of it. So it's going to happen for a couple of regions and not others. So Korea, the Korean region basically rejected all of our DLCs today. Basically saying that they want us to submit all of the DLCs and the bundle in one go. But obviously we haven't got all of the DLCs ready yet. So they've rejected everything. Which I guess is fair enough. I kind of understand why they're doing that. It would have been nice if they'd done it a lot earlier. But yeah, so I've done a bit rejigging for this. Another thing was that the Japanese bundle, there was a bit of confusion as to why we're releasing DLCs at different times of the bundle as well. But the whole thing's a mess. The whole thing's a mess. Okay, so I've managed to get this one working. This is called the Kilo Minx, I think. Yeah, I managed to get it working. The middle bit's a bit of a hack, but it'll do, I think. So we've got the Mega Minx working, so I'm going to go on to the Master Kilo Minx, which might be a bit difficult because these middle bits, I think I'm going to have to write some extra bit of code to actually get those implemented properly, but I'm going to start off the modelling anyway.
Yeah, let's get on a bit. Thought I'd drop an update of what I've been doing today. All of the announcements for the Landmarks book are done. They got put out this morning, along with the YouTube video that's been uploaded, scheduled. Had a little bit of a dive into Reddit as well, just to get some more posts going on here. Posting about speedrunning, so that's something that's been cropping up in the Discord, so I thought I might bring it across to Reddit as well, so you can get some conversations going, get some more people involved. But other than that, it's just been a case of making levels. So I've been making levels on Ephigum, which isn't due out for quite a while. It's the second last DLC to come out, but when you got the screenshots, so little world, doing about 10 levels, we've got a couple of tutorials, some smaller levels. I'm going to work on doing some larger levels for these last ones as well, just so there's some variety for the screenshots. Lee, it's Thursday! We both took yesterday off. We were both feeling a bit like
You can bleep that out. But yeah, we're feeling much better today, much happier. Look at that happy face. Look at that. But yeah, starting off today, we've got some good news. So the Switch store page for Hexceed is live. Like the base game is actually just live. So you can pre-order it, I guess. I think it. What does it say on that?
It says pre-order, yeah.
Pre-order, yeah.
Not free.
Yeah, it says free pre-order, so you press it, and I think it downloads the game when it actually releases. So that released at midnight. Some of the DLCs are live as well, but not all of them. So don't buy any of them. But yeah, please have a look at that and schedule it for downloading when it releases. That'd be really cool. Anyway, what are you doing? We're just done stand-up. What are you doing?
Yeah, just on stand-up. We're going to pick up some of the smaller tasks. One of the things is on Discord, people want some more hexceed emotes, which are quite handy, in line with any sort of news regarding the Switch release as well. So take a couple minutes doing those, just sort of like easy tasks to get into the day, and then I'll make a head start on more of the levels that I'll need for the rest of the Switch store pages as well. There's 3 or 4 more levels that need, 3 or 4 more worlds that need levels for screenshots and stuff.
Yeah, as for me, I'm going to continue work on making puzzles for Blue Mountain. I don't think I'll go very far though, to be honest. We're gonna have a sort of like a scheduling meeting, sort of like try and work out when we're gonna actually try and release Blue Mountain later today as well. So we've got that to do. And we've got a bunch of emails from Nintendo. I haven't read them yet, but there's probably something to do with that. I don't know. Hopefully it's just like, whoa, loads of people are downloading your game already, and it's only been out since midnight. What?
Yeah, a bit of an update of what I've done today so far. I spent the morning, as I said, making some new emotes on Discord, all hexceed related. So that's one of them there. I made a GIF emote. Some more there as well. Just 5 different images. Hopefully that's enough to sort of represent the hexceed side of our fan base in the Discord. But yeah, it's quite fun making those. Spent a good hour on that. We just had a catch up with Skye, and they've gone through all the Coloring Pixels images as well. So part of that, there was 4 or 5 different images they spotted small changes on. So I've gone ahead and fixed the images they pointed out, and that's been pushed up to the build again, so that's now live as well. So yeah, that's the Landmarks 2 book completely finished and ready for 2 weeks time, which is great. It's absolutely fantastic. And finally, just making more levels in Hexceed here. So going through all the different worlds and laid out sort of 10 tiles, and just going to go through one at a time, doing a world for each one. Just so at the very least there'll be 1 or 2 for each world that Rob can then get screenshots of on the Switch and get them sent off.
Okay, so I've been working on getting this 4x4 thing working. I haven't got very far, as you can tell. It's quite broken. I honestly can't think why. Yeah, honestly, it stumped me quite a bit. I've done the 3D modelling. I think that's fine. I did mess up a few times with that, so it's taken longer than expected again. But when I've actually come to put it in game, I just can't work out the right coordinates and stuff. So I'm probably going to leave it for today and come back to it, and hopefully with a fresh head I'll be able to work it out. But right now I'm just looking at it and just like, what is going on? Like, why is it working out for the top bit and not for the sides? It's the same bit of code. I'm so confused. But yeah, on a slightly nice note, we've got the Hexceed is on, like the store page is on Switch now for the base game, and we got an email from Nintendo today basically sending us a link to the web version. So we've got this, and you can click pre-order now and stuff. It looks good. It looks a lot better on Switch, admittedly. The screenshots and stuff, like the whole store page layout, looks tons better on Switch. But yeah, we've got a link that we can actually share, and it's publicly visible for people. So we're really excited about this.
Friday, as you can see, there's no Rob. It's also been raining quite heavily as I was coming to work. But yeah, Rob's got the day off. He's got a holiday booked for today, which is great. Skye's also messaged me, letting me know that they're going to be taking the day off as well. I'm not feeling too good, so it's just me today. There's not much going on today, with it being a Friday. The YouTube video is coming out, what I'll do now, so it's getting up to 11 o'clock. And I imagine most of the rest of the day is going to be taken up by getting the levels done. Hopefully Skye's pushed their work. That's what we were discussing yesterday. And yeah, just get as much done as possible for the screenshots. One thing that we went over yesterday, we gave Skye a task at the beginning of the week to set up some UI sort of drafts, just to get the groundwork in place of what we could possibly do with the new Blue Mountain game. Came back with 2 different ideas, which are both valid. First one is all the UI elements in one screen, because some of we've done in Hexceed, kind of, So similar sort of situation here. You choose your cube along the bottom. You have to play in your settings, and then everything's situated in the same screen. There's nothing that resembles sort of main menu. Just a way to keep it concise and a way to reduce clicks. So it's a good idea, but we don't know if it will fit very well for Blue Mountain. The second idea they gave us, or that they drafted up, was this one here, which they came in 2 different parts. So first off, main menu. Something we haven't done in any of our games. Not in Coloring Pixels. There's not this sort of menu, and same with hexceed. Everything's sort of integrated into a main UI, and then it goes into the actual game. Whereas in this case, the idea was sort of a traditional main menu, and then that will go into the game when you press play. So sort of splitting it up, and we like this one up quite a bit more. When me and Rob were looking at them yesterday when we were discussing it, this one was inspiring us to different things we can do. So for example, when you pick a cube, this can be dynamic. The whole screen can move up and down when you're picking the cube. So it'll all be integrated and all be like sort of dynamic, which is quite a nice idea. As well as this, thought we could these little buttons at the bottom to select the cube, if we can manage to get the save files working well, can also represent your current save file. So if you're halfway through a cube, the button will show your current progress. And again with this, the idea of having the cubes in the background is quite nice. We thought if we can manage to get them sort of like falling slowly and randomizing as they're falling, just to give it a nice little look. Could be quite a nice idea. There was some things we thought we could neaten up with it, so Rob went ahead and made some minor changes. Sort of adding the logo whenever we cut aside the logo, and moving the play button into the middle, and moving the menu or the back button up to the top right, because that's more of a standard. You see, most software uses the top right as the exit. So yeah, it's quite a good bit of work handed over from Skye, and it's exciting to see some progress in Blue Mountain beyond just the actual puzzles. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it early. We're not getting much work done. I've made some progress at least with the level building I said I was going to do. So each of the worlds now, each of the DLCs that haven't come out yet, all have at least a couple of levels, or at least one level per world. So at the very least, we can get one screenshot to get the store pages sent off to Switch. And obviously be making more next week. I'm still waiting on Skye to push whatever levels they've done. So hopefully when we get that back, we'll have more as well. Okay, so it's the end of Friday. I'm doing the wrap up now. I said I'm going to call it here early, so only 3 PM, but that's fine. It's been a pretty busy week. Quite exciting first sort of full week with Skye as well, because last week was sort of just setting up, getting them onto the systems, so actually having them doing some work for us is pretty exciting to see as well. But yeah, we've got quite a lot of work done this week. So yeah, starting with what Rob's done this week, we've got quite a lot of puzzles done, specifically the Killer Minx puzzle. I'll put a little gif on screen here. And as well as that, he's also managed to get the Mega Minx puzzle completely finished as well, but in a state that we're completely happy with, which is pretty good as well. He's also contracted some music, so we've got a contract on Fiverr, put quite a bit of money into that to get the music ready. Going for, I think it's lo-fi hip-hop this time. The same sort of vibes of being quite chill, relaxing, because it's a game you can get lost in for hours. Hopefully the music will be quite good. We're waiting to see if that will come back. Obviously, a lot of Nintendo stuff again. It's going to be happening every week. Big news being the Korean and Japanese store pages have both rejected all the DLC store pages, waiting for all of them to be submitted at once, which is fine. So we can work on, at least we know what we're doing with that. But the big news of that is that the actual base game store page is live on the store page. So if you go to Nintendo eShop, search hexceed, you will find it there. You can pre-order it. So please do that. I'm not sure if it benefits us in terms of the store page, don't know how that works, but I'm sure it's quite good if you get some pre-orders on there. So if you can jump across there, check it out, that'd be really great as well. And as well as Rob done some Coloring Pixels builds on the back of the work we've managed to get done for Coloring Pixels. So in relation to that, I've done the announcements at the beginning of the week, getting the store page fully announced. It was already live, but just getting the announcements out there, so everyone knows about it. It's on Twitter, people are reacting, it's great. And Skye, first big task of the week was to test all the images. So Skye's gone ahead and played through all 20 images. They came back with feedback of things that they could spot that was against what we like. So it was all minor problems, but I went ahead and corrected all those, which then Rob pushed to the build. So the game is ready, the DLC is ready to go, everything's done. It's just the achievements and the announcements, which I got done in the last week before the actual release. Skye's also done some UI mockups, which I showed earlier, for Blue Mountain, which is absolutely great. It's got us the sort of foot in the door to get that working. On Blue Mountain as well, me and Rob had a meeting yesterday to go over sort of the planning. So we've came up with rough dates of release, of getting the build done, so when we can start marketing, when we're going to start picking a name, all that important stuff, so we can start actually project planning everything for the project as well, which is really good. Finally, the only other task that's done, which both me and Skye have been working on, is getting some hexceed levels done, which ties back to the Nintendo feedback, sort of a head start into each of the DLCs that are coming up, which is very exciting. Got some tutorials done for some of the new mechanics that are coming up later down the line, which means less work to do in the future as well with that, so that's really exciting. But yeah, I think that's it in terms of work done this week. But again, both had a day off, both had 2 days off, so it's been a bit all over the place, but we've got a lot done, which is really good. As always, thanks to everybody in the Discord. It's been quite active again this week. It's really good to see. It's really nice having that active community. If you need help on Hexceed, if you just want to chat about Corner Pixels, jump in there. Everyone talks to everyone's friendly. It's really nice. Thanks to, as always, to the Patreons. The support from you guys is immense. It's really great. We're getting more and more every week, which is absolutely mind-blowing. So thank you very much for that. And thanks for watching the video as well. And as I said, please check out the Hexceed on Switch store page.